in the court. I don't want to discuss that, like my medical, all that information, but I'm currently facing with other crises and stuff like that that
Then,
causes me to be reset from this. Yes, yes.
Close case, people versus Amadou Diane.
Good morning, this is the public defender attorney on behalf of Mr. Diane. Mr. Diane, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
So Diane, can you state your name, please? And turn
I'm gonna
on your
do
camera.
Diane.
You got it. Okay, we got you.
Can you see me?
A lot of blue. That's a lot of blue and gold. Yeah, we see you.
Okay.
Your Honor, Mr. Diane is here for a show cause. He has been struggling financially. He has many work that he has to pay. I did send him the ability to pay form for the court's review. He is going to fill it out. At this time, Mr. Diane, I don't know, is there anything that you can pay to these cases?
Yes, I did. I mentioned that I can pay some to the cases, and actually starting Friday, or actually Thursday to Friday, like I can pay something, and I have other cases. That's what I brought to the attention, and I have worked a lot, to get my license back, and due to that, I was asking if I can take that in consideration to take some of these, drop, because I got two cases there to dismiss one, so that way I can get my license. With all this point, and I can't get no insurance. My insurance is like skyrocketing now. I'm paying like almost $400 for liability due to that time I got a job. So I'm asking the court to consider that and then see if that was a possibility. Like I said, and I would take care of the other one within less than a month. Then I would deal. I got different counties, like 3 different counties I'm dealing with currently.
All right, Mr.
I'm working
Diane.
to pay them.
Mr. Diane.
Yeah. Yes.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn these show causes to August 28th. You need to figure out a payment plan and how you're going to set it up by then. Okay.
The question was it because at the end I have a when I get my license I'm gonna need an insurance, and I'm currently trying to get a job that's with all these points that's adding up to my license. I was seeing if there was the possibility for that. That's what I was asking. If it's not,
If he could do community service in lieu of making the
No, I need a payment plan set up. So
I got like 3 different courts that I'm like currently facing. I got a medical thing. I'm potentially like a so like I've been. I can show you the paper. I don't want to discuss that in the court. I don't want to discuss that like my medical all that information. But I'm currently facing with other crises and stuff like that that causes me to be reset from this. Yes, sir. Yes.
Council has sent you an ability to pay form. You need to fill that out. I'm giving you time to get that to the court, as well as in your head develop a payment plan that we don't all have to listen to in detail. August 28th, 2024, 9 a.m. Thank you. The court does call the case of the people versus Nadia Sanchez Saldivar.
El tribunal llama el caso de El Pueblo contra Nadia Sánchez Saldívar.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Leo Garbuzov appearing in behalf of defendant Nidia Guadalupe Sanchez Saldivar, who's present via Zoom.
Buenas tardes, señor juez. Leonid Garbuzov, compareciendo a nombre de la acusada Nadia Guadalupe Sánchez Saldívar, que se encuentra en la conexión de Zoom.
May I please state your name?
Por favor, diga su nombre, señora.
Nidia Guadalupe Sánchez Saldívar.
Nidia Guadalupe Sánchez Saldívar.
Your Honor, this is a date and time set for sentencing in this matter.
Su señoría, esta es la fecha y hora establecida para la sentencia de este caso.
I have had an opportunity to review the pre-sentencing investigation report together with my client.
Tuve la oportunidad de revisar el informe preinvestigativo junto con mi clienta.
Your Honor, we have no additions, deletions, or corrections to be made.
Su señoría, no tenemos nada que agregar, ni eliminar, ni corregir.
Your Honor, we believe that it is a very good recommendation that we would be asking the court to adopt.
Su señoría, creemos que hay una muy buena recomendación y le solicitamos al tribunal que la adopte.
Your Honor, I would just very briefly like to address the court for elocution purposes, and also I know my client wants to address the court as well.
Su señoría, me gustaría brevemente referirme al tribunal con propósitos de la alocución y también entiendo que mi defendida quisiera también dirigirse al tribunal.
Go ahead, sir.
Proceda, señor.
Your Honor, my client has been in the United States for less than 2 years.
Su señoría, mi cliente ha estado en Estados Unidos por menos de 2 años.
She has had absolutely no interaction with law enforcement, both in her native country of Mexico, nor here prior to this incident.
Su señoría, ella no ha tenido ninguna comunicación o ninguna interacción con oficiales de la ley en México, ni tampoco en este país desde que ha estado acá.
She's a highly educated individual with a master's degree who was employed in Mexico as a kindergarten teacher.
I do apologize, employed where?
As a kindergarten teacher.
Thank you. Su señoría, ella es una persona altamente educada, tiene un grado de maestría y ha estado trabajando como maestra en un kindergarten.
Your Honor, I believe that this incident is very atypical behavior for her, and unfortunately, it comes from the fact that she's been here with no friends. Her husband works very long hours. I believe she might have been in a bad place in terms of her mental health.
Su señoría, creo que esta es fue un incidente muy atípico de mi defendida. En el caso de este mal comportamiento, ella también creo que en ese momento pues estaba pasando por un mal momento. Ella, porque aquí no tiene amigos, su esposo trabaja muchas horas también, y creo que en ese momento ella pues se encontraba en un mal momento en términos de salud mental.
And Your Honor, I'm very proud to say that she has owned up to the mistake that she made. She takes her mental health very seriously. She's having weekly mental health sessions with a professional, and she's taking care of any underlying psychological issues that cause this incident to happen.
Y su señoría, también me orgullece mucho decir que ella también se hace responsable, ella ha asumido los errores que ella cometió y ha estado asistiendo a sesiones semanales donde se está tratando su salud mental y también para abordar las razones subyacentes que pudieron contribuir a este incidente.
She has had no problems with drugs or alcohol at any point during her life.
Ella no ha tenido problemas de alcohol ni de consumo de drogas en ningún momento de su vida.
And she voluntarily completed a Spanish language course to address the problem that she had without even being directed by the court to do so.
Y ella también ha concluido un curso en idioma español, sin que se lo pidiera el tribunal, también para abordar el tema que nos trae aquí.
We respectfully believe that the recommended sentence of a fine only is appropriate. We would ask the court to please adopt that recommendation.
Nosotros respetuosamente consideramos que la pena de solo ponerle una multa sería una condena apropiada y quisiéramos que el tribunal adopte esta sugerencia.
Thank you, Judge.
Gracias, juez.
Ma'am, is there anything you would like to tell the court before I impose sentence?
Señora, ¿algo más que quiera decirle al tribunal antes de proceder a imponer la sentencia?
Sí.
Yes.
Buenas tardes. Quiero pedir primero que nada disculpas. Estoy muy apenada conmigo misma. Avergoncé también a mi esposo, a mi familia. Estas acciones no me representan como persona y estoy trabajando cada día para ser una mejor persona y sé que lo seré con todo este aprendizaje. Quiero dar mis disculpas.
Un momento.
Pause. Pause.
Haga una pausa. Yes, thank you. Yes, good afternoon. I want to actually apologize to, I'm really embarrassed, of myself. Also, I embarrassed my husband, my family. I think these acts do not represent me as a person. And I'm sure I'm working every day towards being a better person.
Quiero dar mis disculpas a la corte y dar a saber que esto no volverá a pasar.
I want to apologize to the court and also let you know that this is something that will not happen again.
It is the sentence of the court. You are to pay $425 fines and court costs.
Es la
When can-
sentencia. I do
Go ahead.
apologize, Your Honor. Thank you. Es la sentencia del tribunal que usted pague $425 en multas y costos del tribunal.
When do you think you can pay that?
¿Cuándo cree que puede pagar eso?
La siguiente semana está bien.
Next week, is that okay?
That will work.
Sí, eso nos sirve.
Pay it by June 24th, 2024.
Páguelo a más tardar el 24 de junio del 2024.
Muy bien, gracias.
Very good, thank you.
Your Honor, I just want to say very briefly, thank you to the interpreter.
Hang on a moment, counsel.
I'm sorry.
Un momento.
I will also order 90 days in jail that is suspended.
También voy a ordenar 90 días en la cárcel que se suspenden.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you
Just-
very much, folks.
Muchas gracias.
Your Honor, I just wanted to say thank you to our Spanish interpreter and also to Ms. Wiedling and Ms. Hartwig. They've been extremely patient and very responsive. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to both of them.
Un placer. My pleasure. Y les está agradeciendo a la intérprete y también a la señorita Whitley que han sido, dice, muy pacientes y muy responsables.
Tengo una
apologize.
pregunta.
Thank you.
Tengo una pregunta.
I have a question.
Para el
Oh, yes,
pago,
go ahead.
Dígame, ajá.
para el pago, ¿cómo sería? Perdón.
What do I do for the payment?
Nidia, I will explain it to you.
Nidia, yo se lo voy a explicar.
Ok, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
Great. And thank you for acknowledging my staff. I only hire the best. So I appreciate somebody acknowledging the hard work that they do. Thank you, counsel.
Gracias por reconocer a mi personal. Yo solo contrato a los mejores. Así es que, y ellos trabajan muy fuerte. Gracias.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Tengan buen día.
Court calls the case, People versus Maya Pat.
Good afternoon, Judge. Spencer Clayton appearing on behalf of Ms. Patterson.
Oh, wait.
All right. Ms. Patterson, can you state your name, please?
Maya Patterson.
All right.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for sentencing in the matter. We did have the opportunity to review the pre-sentence report. We do have one correction, Judge.
Yes, go ahead.
That's to her telephone number, which is located on page 1. She has a new number.
Why don't you,
313.
put it out there, rather than put it out there, make sure that you
Right on.
communicate the telephone number to probation.
Yes,
Understood,
sir.
Your Honor.
I called probation and updated them my number. As of
Okay.
yesterday.
We're good then. All right. Anything else?
No, Judge, I think the recommendation is appropriate. We're just asking the court to adopt it.
All right, Ms. Patterson, anything you want to tell the court before I impose sentence?
No, sir.
All right. Sentence of the court, I'll place you on 4 months prosecutor deferred sentence. Order $480 fines and costs, $120 probation oversight fees. When can you pay that?
Next month, maybe around the 15th.
Say that again.
In July, around July 15th.
You can pay it all in July 15th.
Yes, sir.
All right, pay that by July 15th, 2024. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You'll be subject to testing as requested by probation. You are to complete the theft class. You're to do that within 60 days. You are to complete 25 hours of community service as directed by probation. There is no going to any Walmart store in the state of Michigan. I'll set a review hearing October 9th, 2024 at 9 a.m. I'll order 90 days in jail that is suspended. Thank you.
Your Honor, she does have a request for traveling, if the court would allow.
To where?
Arkansas for a
I
family reunion.
I told probation I had a trip coming up from 13th to the 17th to go to Arkansas for my family reunion.
Arkansas, what dates again?
It'll be tomorrow the 13th up until Monday the 17th.
13th through the 17th
Yes, sir.
to Arkansas.
Probation, she said she would approve it. I just had to come to court.
Yes, so I will approve it also. You
Oh,
may
okay.
travel
I'm
to
sorry.
Arkansas
I
the
didn't know you
13th.
had. Okay, I'm
That's
sorry
okay.
about that, Your Honor.
You may travel to Arkansas. All right, go to your family reunion.
Thank you. Will I be testing every week at corrections?
Pardon?
We'll talk about that,
thing,
Maya.
is it every week?
No, you'll be
for
testing
corrections?
as probation requested on this case.
I'll talk with you about it, Maya. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case People versus Joshua Sherry.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert Elman with and on behalf of Mr. Sherry. Mr. Sherry, can you please state your name for the record?
Joshua Guy Sherry.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, today's date and time for sentencing. I have reviewed the pre-sentence report with my client. There are no additions, deletions, or corrections. I would like to say a few things on his behalf, though, whenever you're ready.
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Sherry has no priors. I do believe the recommendation is appropriate. As you can see in the report, this was a situation with a disgruntled employee that Mr. Sherry admits that he could have handled better. And I know that he wishes nothing but to learn from this and to move forward and put it behind him.
All right. Very good. Mr. Sherry, is there anything you want to say, sir?
Oh, yes, I accept responsibility. You know, our company hasn't seen an employee like this before in the past 12 years that I've been running this company. But, you know, again, things can totally be handled differently. And then, yeah, just I appreciate it. And I know you won't see me again, but I'll look forward to seeing you again on CNN.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that, I guess.
My mom sent me that and I was like, I recognize that gentleman. Yes. But I didn't say why. But yeah, saw that. I was like, hey, I recognize that guy.
Yeah. A lot of people have said that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the sentence of the court. 6 months prosecutor deferred sentence. You're to pay $555 fines and court costs, $180 probation oversight fees. When can that be paid?
I can pay it today if I can use a
All
credit
right.
card. Whatever.
Yes,
whatever's
you can
easier.
do that. And actually, if you look on the screen, there's a QR code that will take you right to the payment site. I just wait till later in the day, maybe around 4 o'clock or so before you do that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, there should be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You're to complete an anger management class within the next 60 days. There is to be no contact with Christopher Bullock, directly or indirectly, no assaultive, threatening, intimidating behavior. You're not to possess any weapon, firearm, ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. I'll set a review hearing that's to be held December 11th, 2024 at 9 a.m. I will order 93 days in jail. That is suspended.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Court calls the case People versus Christy King.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Jonathan Paul for Ms. King. Good to see Your Honor. Ms. King, state your name for the court.
Christy King.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're here today for sentencing. Myself and Ms. King had a chance to review the recommendation, had a chance to speak with probation as well. We did receive the updated progress report from Community Corrections. I believe Your Honor has that as well. In that report, we don't have any positive tests. We do have some missed tests, though, which I was concerned at as well. As part of the recommendation, Your Honor, from speaking with Ms. King, we're actually going to ask the court if we could do 30 days on the Scram tether instead of 30 days sober link. It's just a matter of her waking up late or just having other obligations that have gotten in the way. It's not an excuse, but I think Ms. King will have more success with the tether on her ankle. She understands she'd have to go in to get that placed on her ankle, but I think she'll have less problems with the testing if we just do a tether for 30 days, if that's okay with you, Your Honor.
Okay. Ma'am, is there anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm very grateful that no tragedy resulted from my very poor choice. I I look forward to better days. Thank you.
The court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute, however, believes there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. The alcohol screening and assessment identifies the benefit of alcohol education, continued individual counseling, and attendance at AA meetings. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, and to monitor compliance with recommended treatment. It's a sentence of the court. I'm placing you on 18 months probation. You're to pay $855 fines and court costs, $100 prosecution recovery costs, $100 police agency recovery costs, and $540 probation oversight fees. When can you get that paid, ma'am?
I can chip away at it. I do get a paycheck Friday. Probably in the realm of $600-700.
Okay, so how much of that can you pay on Monday?
6 to be safe, 7 if I get a little more.
Okay, you can pay 6 to 7, and then
Correct.
That's a 70. And then how would you pay off the balance of that, ma'am?
I get a paycheck every 2 weeks.
Okay, and how much are you going to pay every 2 weeks?
600-700 if I get that. It's commission based.
Okay. So why don't I do this? Why don't I just say 500 every 2 weeks? And then that way you're in a safe zone, okay?
Okay.
There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to testing as requested by probation. You're to continue your individual therapy, follow all recommended care, including medication protocol. I will order that you attend 2 AA meetings per week with monthly verification to probation. You are to provide proof of the victim's impact panel attendance to probation. That has been completed. I understand what counsel's indicating, and so what I will do is I will switch her to the scram tether for a period of 30 days in lieu of the 4 days in jail. I will order 93 days in jail. Credit 1, balance is suspended. All right. Court does call the case. People versus Mary Angela.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke, appearing on behalf of my client. It's time to consent to the matter being heard via Zoom. Ms. Angelo, can you please unmute yourself and state your name for the record? You done unmute yourself, Ms. Angelo.
Mary Rose Angelo.
Good. Go ahead, counsel.
Judge, we're here for data sentencing. I had an opportunity to review the PSI. It is factually accurate, no deletions, corrections, or additions.
Anything you or your client want to say before I impose that?
Yes, Judge, I reviewed the nature of the case. I believe that it was directly correlated with some past tumultuous incidents. However, she's been in complete recovery. She's in treatment. She's doing extremely well on bond. I have no reason to believe that she wouldn't do equally well on probation. It's for those reasons I'd respectfully request terms and conditions be adopted. Thank you, Judge.
Ma'am, anything you want to tell me?
I'd like to apologize to the court, and I understand everything that's happened, and I take responsibility in what I've done, and I want to thank you again for your time, and I look forward to continuing my treatment and just getting better and doing better. So thank you.
Okay. Sent to the court, I'll place you on 12-month probationary term. You're to pay $655 fines and court costs, $360 probation oversight fees. When can you get that paid, ma'am?
I can have all of that paid by July 22nd.
Okay. July 22nd, 2024. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There's to be no
Yep, thank
use
you.
of alcohol, no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation.
Yes.
You're to continue current mental health treatment, follow all recommended care, including medication protocol. You're to complete 25 hours of community service as directed by probation. There's to be no assaultive, threatening, or intimidating behavior. You're not to possess any weapons, firearms, ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. I'll order 365 days in jail. Credit 2, the balance is suspended. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you, Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Demasio Cummings.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender. I'm here to have a lot of your coming.
Yes.
Mr. Cummings, please state your name for the record.
Need to unmute. Oh, there you are.
D'Amico Cummings for the record, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Teresa Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Cummings is set before the court for a violation of probation hearing. Mr. Cummings found $1,255. He made no payment to the court. He failed to complete the level 2 driver rehab program. I do know that he had signed up for it, but then he canceled the class. He failed to complete 100 hours of community service, and he's failed to report to probation as directed. He also has a new pending case out of the 35th District Court, which is a DWLS that is on bench warrant status. Given that Mr. Cummings still has some time on this probation, at this time probation's asking that the court remand Mr. Cummings to serve 10 days in jail for his violations to date, that he continue the other terms, continue with probation and get compliant with all the previously ordered terms, that Mr. Cummings report to probation on June 24, 2024 at 1 p.m. in person, then as directed. And like I said before, become compliant with all previously ordered terms of this court within 30 days.
I did speak with Mr. Cummings regarding the recommendation. Frankly, Your Honor, Mr. Cummings was really forthright with me. He admitted he didn't do what he needed to do. He acknowledged that. He says he's ready to do his time and get back on track on this probation. He did lose his job recently. However, he is looking for something new. He's thinking about doing roofing. He also has a daughter on the way. So he has some things to look forward to. And again, he's ready to put pen to paper and do what he said he was going to do. And I believe him when he said that.
All right. Anything you want to say, young man?
Yes, Your Honor, I definitely apologize to you, my probation officer, my lawyer for having to deal with me in this case currently right now. I was not trying to violate my probation. I knew, so I got some other things going on in different counties currently too. In this county that I should be okay and fine with. I just got to come in and take care of it all, and I should be able to stay on track and do way better and everything. So I apologize for the time that I'm bringing across y'all that I shouldn't be, but I just want to do better. I'm not trying to do bad. It's just been a rough season. I feel like I take care of all of this right now. I probably won't see any of y'all again, and I'll be straightforward on track with probation and be completing it.
Defendant remanded to the Washington County Jail to serve 10 days for his violations to date. You are to report to the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today, or bench warrant will issue without bond. I'll continue your probation to give you another shot. You are to report to probation in person on June 24th, 2024 at 1 p.m. and then report as directed. You're to become compliant with all terms as previously ordered within 30 days of your release. All right. Thank you.
Public Defender Natalie Pate with it on behalf of Mr. Maislick, who stands to my right. Please state your name for the record, sir. Thank you, Your Honor. Today is the date and time set for sentencing. We have reviewed the assessment as well as probation's recommendation. We would ask to briefly adopt the recommendation when appropriate, or not to address the recommendation when appropriate, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are asking that the court largely adopt probation's recommendation. However, we are respectfully requesting that instead of the additional 3-day jail time, that the court impose a 30-day scram tether in the alternate. Mr. Maislick has been on bond since April 11th, 2 months as of yesterday. He has had no positive tests whatsoever on the SoberLink while on bond. He has been appearing in person for all his court proceedings. As to his recovery, he has currently been attending AA and has a sponsor through GrowthWorks. He also actually has an addiction therapist who not only he has therapy sessions with, but is also on call with him. So whenever he needs to, he can reach out to that therapist. He is concerned that although 3 days is relatively short, speaking, 3 days in jail could potentially negatively affect his recovery. He really has set himself up for success on his recovery and has been successful. And we are asking that the court consider allowing him to remain out of custody, not impose the 3-day jail, and impose a 30-day scram tether in the alternate. We understand that the court, Mr. Maislick, is very much prepared to be remanded.
The statute.
We do, Your Honor, but we would ask the court consider imposing the 30-day scram tether instead. But Mr. Maislick does understand that today he may be remanded for the 3 days. Other than that, we ask the court to adopt the recommendation.
Is there anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
Nothing, Your Honor.
The court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute, however, believes there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. The alcohol screening and assessment identifies the benefit of intensive outpatient treatment, attendance at AA meetings and abstinence from all intoxicants. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, and to monitor compliance with recommended treatment. Therefore, the sentence of the court, you are placed on probation for a period of 24 months. You're to pay $1,055 fines and court costs, $100 prosecution recovery costs, $100 police agency recovery costs, $720 probation oversight fees. When can you pay that, sir?
I request a payment plan, a monthly payment plan.
How much do you have today?
Can maybe get up to $100 to pay.
$100 balance is arranged by probation on a payment plan. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to testing as requested by probation. You're to complete an intensive outpatient treatment program, including all aftercare recommendations with status reports to probation. You are to attend 2 AA meetings per week with monthly verification to probation. You're to provide proof of the victim's impact panel attendance to probation that has been completed. I will continue you on the sober link until proof of an intensive outpatient treatment program, the enrollment in that program is provided to probation. I will, consistent with the statute, order 365 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 2 that you have served. You are remanded to serve an additional 3 days, and then the balance of that is suspended. Defendant is remanded. And you, Mr. Beer? All right. Court calls the case. People versus Heather Atkins.
Sherilyn Foster Tucker on behalf of Heather Atkins. Heather Atkins.
Their name?
Heather Atkins. Your Honor, we have reviewed the report. We have no additions, corrections, or deletion. The only thing we ask is that Ms. Atkins, she has been technically homeless since January. She's staying with someone. She just recently started working in April, and so she's still getting back on her feet. So she'd appreciate any break on the fines and costs, and with time to pay them as well.
All right. Ms. Atkins, anything you'd like to tell the court before I impose sentence? All right. Sentence of the court, I'll place you on a 6-month prosecutor deferred sentence program. You're to pay $555 fines and court costs, $180 probation oversight fees. When and how do you think you can get that paid?
The first payment I can make on the 1st.
Pardon?
The first payment I can make on the 1st of next month.
Okay. And how much would that be?
Like 150.
150. Are you on disability? Or you have a check coming the 1st? Is that? Okay. That's how that is. Okay. So you can do 150 on the 1st, you believe? And then each month, how much do you think you can pay?
I'll keep paying 150.
150? All right. Okay. And 150 per month until that's paid in full. I think we've got enough time, right? Yes, we do. All right, that'll work. There should be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drug. You'll be subject to random testing as directed by probation. You're to complete a theft class. Do that within the next 60 days. You're to complete 25 hours of community service as directed by probation. No going to any Meyer store in the state of Michigan. I'll set a review hearing that's to be held December 11th, 2024, 9 a.m. I will order 365 days in jail that is suspended. All right, thank you. Court calls the case People versus Ramona Cherry.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Cherry. State your name.
Ramona Cherry.
Teresa Claire on behalf of the nation. Your Honor, Cherry is before the court for a review hearing on a prosecutor deferred sentence. She has completed all terms accepting her balance. She does owe $387. She did make a payment in early May. Was her last payment. She has kept me in the loop as her difficulty with making the payment as the court had originally ordered her to do. Given that she's completed the other terms, at this time, probation is asking that the court extend her prosecutor's for a period of 3 months to allow her to successfully complete that she paid $129 on her before today, then $129 per month thereafter, that she continue all other conditions as previously ordered with the new hearing date set September 11, 2024.
We have no objections to that, Your Honor. Mr. Sherry says she can definitely have it all paid off by August.
Okay. And can you pay the 129 today? Are you gonna be able to do that?
I can't. I only get paid once a month.
Okay, so let's see. So when do you get paid?
But I will have $80. I should have $80 on the 27th of this month.
Okay, let's do it this way. You'll have that on the 27th of this month?
I should, yes.
Okay, let's do this. So we can want $80 on or before the 28th. Okay, if you get it on the 27th.
Okay.
And then this figure is going to change. But if it's 129, I've got, well, you split it in half, correct? That's basically what you did.
That's what I.
All right. And then the balance, I guess I'll do it this way, monthly over the next 2 months. You got that, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. So try to get that paid and we'll do it that way. So pay the 80 on the 28th and then we can roll from there. Continue all of the terms as previously ordered. I'll set a final review hearing on September 11th, 2024 at 9 a.m. or as your invite indicates. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
The People versus Michael Rohane.
Public Defender Natalie Patewith, and on behalf of Mr. Rohane on the case ending in 0834.
Alexander Hermanowski with and on behalf of Mr. Rohane on the case ending in 874.
Go ahead.
Your Honor,
Your name, sir?
Michael Rohane. Your Honor, this is time and date set for sentencing. In the matter ending in 874. We've reviewed the recommendations. Ask that you follow them within.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today's the day and time set for sentencing. Likewise, in the case ending in 834, I have reviewed the PSIR with Mr. Rohane. We only have one correction, which is his phone number, which I did already provide to probation. As the recommendation, we respectfully request the court follow the recommendation.
All right. Anything you'd like to say before I impose sentence? No. All right. Beginning on case ending in 0874, place you on probation or prosecutor's deferred sentence. Excuse me, for a period of 12 months. You're to pay $555 fines and court costs, $360 probation oversight fees. When can you get that paid, sir?
Well, I'm not employed at the present time because I was incarcerated, but as soon as I am employed, I'll pay it.
All right, what I'll do is payment plan as arranged by probation. There should be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You're to provide proof of inpatient treatment completion at Sacred Heart. Complete all recommended aftercare with status reports to probation. You're to complete a mental health assessment, follow all recommended care, including medication protocol. You're to complete 25 hours of community service. You're to maintain employment with proof to probation. No going to Goodwill at 3782 Carpenter Road in Ypsilanti, Michigan. I'll set a review hearing on this matter for June 12, 2025 at 9 a.m. or as your invite indicates, 93 days in jail, credit 28. The balance is suspended. On the other matter ending in 834, place you on prosecutor's deferred sentence for a period of 12 months. You're to pay $480 fines and court costs as directed by probation. I will waive the probation oversight fees on that case. You're to comply with all terms as set forth in the previous sentence on case ending in 0874. No going to any Lowe's home improvement store in the state of Michigan. I'll set a review hearing on that matter to be held June 11, 2025 at 9 a.m. I will order 93 days in jail, credit 28. The balance is suspended. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That one, I need to see. How many are up here? 2.1.
Yeah.
9. Okay. Hopefully I'll be able to finish this. And then get back out here. Okay. Okay, court's gonna stand in recess. Can I, Ms. Barroso, Pereira? Court calls the cases of People versus Michael Rohan.
Public Defender Natalie Pate on behalf of Mr. Rohan, on the one matter.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Alexander Hermanowski with and on behalf, well, not with, but on behalf of Mr. Rohan on the case 874. Your Honor, this time and date set for sentencing. I believe that we were in contact with Mr. Rohan. However, I do not see him here today.
That is correct, Your Honor. I did speak with him yesterday and was surprised he wasn't here. And actually, while sitting at the council table, I did go back through my correspondence with him. I wrongfully told him that I would see him at 2 p.m. today. So that is completely my fault that he is not here for the 1 o'clock block. I would respectfully ask the court to consider passing this matter. I believe he is on his way.
And counsel, your communication, did you give him a time?
Did not.
Or to pass him?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case People versus Jason Stevens.
Olga Yarmolenko on behalf of Mr. Stevens, who's present. Can you state your name?
Jason Stevens.
Yes.
And Your Honor, may we approach with Ms. Lara and Ms.
Yes,
Barroso
you
present?
can. Court calls case People versus Michael Olson.
Good morning, this is Public Defender Marjorie on behalf of Mr. Olson.
I don't have them.
I have no explanation for that. I wasn't here today, Your Honor.
Please Claire on behalf of probation. Your Honor, this is the hearing that is scheduled. He's not compliant with probation. Probation would request a bench warrant.
I had a bench warrant out from last year. Do you see a bench warrant?
Your Honor, I believe that he did a bench warrant recall and that.
Oh, he did. That's how we got reset. All right. And then he doesn't show up for this one. Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear. Bond will be set in the amount of $25,000. I'm gonna make that cash or surety. Because this is now the 3rd or 4th bench warrant. That warrant will issue immediately.